John McCain stood apart from his colleagues, with no regrets, unafraid to speak his mind. He was one of the most distinctive public servants of the past half-century. A Republican, he was nevertheless no fan of President Donald Trump. Mr. Trump denigrated his military record, implying a true hero would never have been captured by the North Vietnamese. Senator McCain was never one to mince his words and regularly questioned the president's fitness for office. Born in 1936 in the U.S.-occupied Panama Canal Zone, he was the son and grandson of U.S. Navy admirals. He graduated from the U.S. Naval Academy in 1958 and went on to fight in the Vietnam War. In 1967, McCain was shot down while on a bombing mission over North Vietnam. He spent 5.5 years in a prison known as the Hanoi Hilton, where he was repeatedly tortured. Although he was offered early release, he chose to stay with his fellow prisoners of war. After peace was agreed, McCain returned to the U.S. a hero. He resumed his naval career before moving to Arizona and running for the House of Representatives in 1982. The Republican voted against the Ronald Reagan administration on 2 controversial issues: to establish a permanent U.S. Marine presence in Lebanon and to override a presidential veto of anti-apartheid legislation. McCain's independent views and propensity to side with Democrats on certain issues earned him the mistrust of some in the Republican establishment. McCain's first presidential challenge came in 2000, when he lost in the primaries to George W. Bush.
I promise you that you will always hear the truth from me, no matter what, in this campaign.
Although he supported the invasion of Iraq in 2003, he was the preeminent congressional critic of the conduct of the military occupation under the Bush administration. McCain rose again to become the party's presidential nominee in 2008. His race against the charismatic Democratic nominee, Senator Barack Obama, produced some classic McCain moments, including when he famously defended Mr. Obama after an angry woman declared he was a, quote, Arab. Mr. Obama won the election, becoming the first ever African-American president of the United States. McCain conceded defeat with his customary grace.
I urge all Americans who supported me to join me in not just congratulating him, but offering our next president our goodwill and earnest effort to find ways to come together, to find the necessary compromises, to bridge our differences, and help restore our prosperity, defend our security in a dangerous world, and leave our children and grandchildren a stronger, better country than we inherited. Whatever our differences, we are fellow Americans, and please believe me when I say no association has ever meant more to me than that.
In many respects, McCain was a conservative of the old school. He bore his final illness, a brain tumor, with much courage, often rising from his hotel bed to cast votes and deliver impassioned speeches on the Senate floor. McCain will be remembered for fighting against authority and conventional wisdom, acquiring the reputation of being the quintessential maverick.